Okay, going back to the last topic of splitting up under the recapitalization methods of share capitals. If the authorized share capital was 10 million and the its par value is 2 pesos per shares, it will have a total consideration of 20 million. So if we split it up under this condition of 1:2 and 1:3, that means that the total 1 million, the authorized shares, for every 1 shares, it will be converted or split into 2. Okay, or we can add here more, 2:3. Okay, let's see its changes. So for every 1 shares of the 10 million shares, it will now be 2. So we'll consider that as 10 million divided by 1 times 2. Okay, it will be 20 million shares. However, the par value will now split down. Okay, using this. Okay, so the 2 will be 2 divided by the split here, the 2 here, and times 1. So, shall be considered as 20 million shares with a par value of 1 peso. So, the total is 20 million. Still the same. So, here, 10 million over 1 times 3 will be 30 million shares, and the par value will be 2 over 3 times 1 shall be 30 million shares, par value of and we'll compute that, 2 over 3, so 0.666. So it's just an example, okay, 0.667. So the total shares will still be computed as 20 million peso. And here, okay, 10 million divided by the 2, for every 2 shares, it will become 3. So it will become 10 million divided by 2 times 3. It shall be around 15 million. 15 million shares. And the 2 par value will be divided by 3 times 2. So, the total shares will be, from the 10 million, it will go up to 15 million shares with a par value of 2 over 3 times 2, 1.3 shares with a par value of 1.333 with the total amount of 20 million. So, you may try to experience that. So, using split up, we could justify that when there's a split up, the total amount or maximum capitalization in peso will not be affected. However, the split up will affect the total number of authorized shares and its stated value or par value price. Here, in the from par to no par, the authorized shares is not affected. The total capitalization will, however, the total capitalization, however, the affected, and due to that, the total capital will change depending to the valuation of the no par. Okay, from no par to par value, okay, it's the same. The authorized number of shares will not be affected. However, the total capitalization and the number value per share will now change. And under the reduction of par value of shares or with stated values, the authorized number of shares is not affected. However, the value the value per shares will now be affected. However, then the total capitalization will change, and definitely it will change to lower. Okay? Will be reduced also. Okay? In the split up, the constant will be the total amount in capitalization, maximum capitalization. The shares will be affected and the par value will be affected. For now, if it's split, now if we consider the rationale of split up, we'll now be able to summarize the split down type of high capitalization, which means that the total number of shares will be split into would be smaller number of shares. Okay. Using this uh, using this computation, we can use that the for every 2 shares it will become 1. For every 3 shares it will become 1, and for every 3 shares it will become 2. So using that, we can use that we'll divide it by 2 and multiply it by 1. We will now divide this by 3 and multiply it by 1. We'll now divide it by 3 and multiply it by 2. Okay? The total shares will become now 5 million. And the par value will now be affected or will increase. Okay? Will increase. Okay? For every 3.333 shares. It's 1. This would be 3. And this will become, okay, how much will that be? Okay, for every 10 million shares, it will be divided by 3 times 2. It will become 666. Okay. 6.67 million shares will now be affected by 2 over times 3. Okay. Check that under the split down, the number of shares was reduced lower than the original 10 million to under 2, 3, 3 is 2 is to 1, 3 is to 1, and 3 is to 2, 5 million, 3.3 million, and 6.67 million shares. And you will see later on that the par value will not change. Okay, this would be 5, this would be 3.33, this would be 6.67. However, you can see that the par value will increase from 2 to 4, and this would be par value of 6. Let's check. Okay. 3.33 times 6. Oh, it's still 20. So in this one, it's 2 divided by 2 times 3 become 3. 3 times 6.67 plus 20. Okay? So 5 million shares due to the split down of for every 2 shares will become now 1. So the total number of shares authorized shares was from 10 million to 5 million, and the par value was increased from 2 to 4 just that due to the split down. However, the total capitalization will not change. And that's the rationale or the computation for the recapitalizations of the shareholders' equity. So, thank you.